try again. Okay, everybody, I think we're now recording. Hopefully that's working for everyone. I've got no idea if this is actually recording or not, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. Yep, no, we're recording. Good, just checking. All right, okay. Now, this is the introduction to marketing research. I'll pop it up on the big screen so you can see everything. Okay, so lecture one. All right, now welcome. It's great to see you. It's great to see you guys. This unit, if you don't know, I'm the Flex delivery person and also the unit coordinator. So if you've got any queries or questions, then I'm the person to talk to. However, this is also delivered face-to-face in Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney by some other lecturers as well. And I'm only just putting that up there for your information. The majority of the participants are actually Flex students. There's some resources there for you. Your main resources is your Moodle site. I assume you've been at CQ already and so you're familiar with how Moodle works. The unit profile gives you some other information, but I've had to fiddle with this subject a little bit, so the information that's in the unit profile is probably, it would be better if you just worked off the Moodle website when you're seeking your information. I can't contradict the unit profile because it's published, but it will be easier if you follow the Moodle website information. Your course contacts link there, and I'm the coordinator, and that's my email in case you need to contact me. Okay, so the unit expectations, the most important thing is that we expect you do, that the work you do for this unit is your own and original. Not everybody has an appreciation for the fact that that what they submit has to be their own work, so we need to state that up front. And we appreciate it if you can reference in the APA style, which I have a link to on the Moodle website if you need to have a look. And also we've got the academic misconduct policy link and information about plagiarism if you're curious about any aspects of whether you might be committing plagiarism or not. So that's all on the Moodle site. Please complete your assessment on time. There are penalties for late work. There's a lot of you. I need to get everything in on time because I need to be able to mark them and get them back to you within the right frame. I have a large workload of other stuff and I just won't be able to get through things if I get late work, we are actually enforcing penalties for late work. The CQ assessment policy is also available on Moodle. Ask questions early if you're confused. This requires a certain level of maths capability. If you're unsure or you don't know, please contact me and talk to me about it. And if I can't help you, I can find somebody who can. And also, please don't try and get me at 8 o'clock at night the day before something's due, because it's not going to be well received. I've got 2 kids of my own that I have to run around with netball and so forth, and I just don't have time in the evenings to be getting back to students. So you need to make sure that you get your queries in nice and early. Please enjoy yourselves as well. This is actually quite a fun and interesting subject, and it's really relevant and applied, and there's lots of things that you can use this information for. Look, I'm not going to go through that. Have a read. They're the unit learning objectives as published. It's long and complicated, but basically they're the things that you can expect to know at the end of this subject. Okay, so you've got 3 assessments. Assessment 1's an online quiz, as I was mentioning before. Really encourage you to have a look at the self-study quizzes. You can click onto there's a link available in the assessment task that takes you to the self-study quizzes on the textbook website. It's a quiz where it's going to be multiple choice. There's going to be 10 questions from each of those 4 chapters. And they change around. So if one person does it, don't try and remember the answers or anything, because the next person's possibly going to get a different answers. There are a range of questions that are going to be put on there in a random order. You've only got 45 minutes to complete it, so please don't open it until you're ready to do it. And try really hard to get it done earlier in the week that it's open, because if you do it later, and there's something goes wrong, it's going to be harder to get it fixed for you. So that's when it opens and closes, and that's also if you click onto Assessment 1 in the Moodle site, you can see that information as well. Assessment 2 is the Marketing Research Report, which is half of your final grade. So it's by far the most important assessment, and I'd really encourage you to have a good look at that early and start thinking about it. It's a really interesting project. I'm a tourism lecturer by trade, so I'm particularly interested in it because it's a tourism problem, and so I think you should be able to come up with some interesting ways to do things. Essentially, you're going to have to design a questionnaire, and you have to explain the research problems that that lead to the questions that you're asking in that questionnaire. See the Moodle for more details. If you've got any questions, just have a good read through it, and if it doesn't seem clear to you, ask me early so I can make it clear. Your data analysis project is 30% of your final grade. It's based on using SPSS data package. So if you're near a campus where you can actually access the campus computers, then you can go and use them. I've been assured by our IT people that they're available on the student labs. If you can't, there's a range of different ways that I've put on the Moodle site that you can purchase a short trial period one and a few others. So please have a look at that nice and early. We won't be looking at SPSS for a few weeks. We're just going to get the basics out of the way first, but you probably want to just make sure that your access is going to work, because it's a complicated program, but it's really well worth learning because a lot of people use it in a lot of industries. I think that's all there, and yeah, so click on that in Moodle as well. So essentially, the lectures and tutorials are delivered over 3 hours face-to-face, but in terms of flex students, I just don't think it's realistic for us to do a 3-hour video links. So I try and get through this pretty quickly, and then we can schedule. If you think that there's not enough time, if I'm not getting through enough for you, then we can discuss maybe having another session like this at a later time during the week or at a different time. I'm very aware of the fact that a lot of flex students are trying to do this amongst jobs and things, which is why they are flex. So please feel free to contact me if you think that you're not getting enough information in this 1 hour block, and we'll look at other ways of getting information to you or for me to help you. Oh, and sorry, that second bit said that basically we're introducing the concepts of marketing research for the first part. We'll look at practical skills in conducting marketing research, and then we'll do some lab sessions to develop practical skills for your assessment, but also for you to apply in your working life if that's where you wish to go. Okay, right. Now, I think I can just probably... Yeah, I know this is going to be really interesting. I'd like to go unmute all, but I can just unmute you. Are you guys all right so far? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, we're fine. Well, I'm fine at least.
You're fine? Yeah, okay, lovely. I'll remute you. Thank you. Okay, all right, so this is lecture 1. In this lecture, we'll talk about what is marketing research, why do we use marketing research, what do we use it for, and introduce marketing information systems. And that's really important because a lot of what we talk about and some of the quiz information revolves around this sort of fundamental way that marketing information systems work. And chapter 1 was the reading for this lecture. Oh, hang on, it's not letting me. Okay, it's clicking now. Okay, so firstly, if we're going to talk about marketing research, we really need to talk about marketing. Okay, it's very important. If you're in a marketing subject, you may have done marketing before, but not everybody has. So we just need to have a quick idea of what marketing actually is. Now, Google says, and Google's a pretty big marketer, that marketing is the action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. Okay, so now there's some key principles of marketing that are really important that pretty much go across marketing research, anything to do with marketing. These are the things you need to know. But marketing is about the product. What product is it that you're trying to sell or get people to purchase? How are you getting that out to the market? So where do you buy it? Do you buy it online? Do you buy it from a street stall? Do you buy it from a shop? Do you purchase it in some other way? So places like distribution, price, which is pretty self-explanatory. What is the price point? How do we know at what point people stop buying this because it's too expensive, or they stop buying it because it's perceived to be too cheap? So that's a really critical aspect of marketing. And promotion. Now, promotion can be any type of way of getting people to purchase this. It can be public relations, advertising, direct marketing, or online marketing. There's some pretty traditional promotional ways that things happen. So that's just to give you a basic outline, because that's really important to remember, that is why we're doing marketing research. These 4 things should underpin marketing research, the research we do. Okay, so the American Marketing Association describes marketing research as the function that links the consumer, the customer, and the public to the marketer through information. And the key thing there is information. That is what marketing research is about. That's what any research is about, and it's really important. Market research, on the other hand, is a process used to define the size, location, and or makeup of the market for a product or service. So that is just understanding the market versus understanding the whole concept of the marketing process. Okay, so here's your market, and that's your process, and this is all those little green arrows in that big cloud. That's the information that comes to the marketer or the marketing decision maker or the management decision maker. Okay, so why do we use marketing research? Well, usually, American Marketing Association, again, this is where people seem to be drawing all of their definitions from at the moment. It's basically, this is a really wordy description, but it provides information to identify and define marketing opportunities and problems, to generate, refine and evaluate marketing actions. So to monitor marketing performance, which is what we're actually doing. So we're saying what we could do, have a look at how we can do things, looking at what we're doing and whether it's working, and then to improve the actual understanding of the process. And I'm just going to go through those 4 in a bit more detail. Now, the other thing, I'll let you watch this in your own time if you wish. This is just a little YouTube. We also want to avoid marketing fails. And I think if Coke, Ford and Netflix, which this video talks about the fails, are experiencing fails, then it's still something that we need to be talking about in terms of how effective is the marketing research process at the moment. So yeah, it's worth just having a look. Okay, so identifying market opportunities and problems. That's the first one that I talked about just before. That's about finding out what people want. Now, I've given you the little technical definitions there. So market demand determination. I think probably I'm trying to put this in plainer language so it's a bit easier to understand, but that's a technical term for it. Gathering information about the consumer, which is known as your market segments identification. Finding out if marketing is working. Okay, so that's through doing audits and strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threat analyses, which is what a SWOT analysis is. Okay, the next one is generating and refining and evaluating potential marketing actions. And this is back to the 4 Ps that I just discussed. So selecting your target markets, who you think are going to buy this product, and then looking at the product, the place, the pricing and the promotion. So I've already discussed those. I don't need to go into them again, I don't think. But that is marketing research, is about understanding those aspects. Oh, there you go. And there's my product for you, my apple. Okay. Monitoring marketing performance is usually done through tracking data at the point of sale. So, you know, all the POS machines, there's a lot of information that's in there, what people are buying, how often, where, when, customer satisfaction, image analysis and tracking social media. So they're the key ways that people tend to monitor how they're going at this point in time. And then improving marketing as a process. Now, this is more an academic thing. This is looking at considering the marketing processes. So it's researching marketing as a process. And I'll just encourage you to pay attention to this, because there is a question in the quiz about basic research and applied research. What is the difference between them? So conducting research about marketing, it's about an academic understanding of how that happens, about how marketing works. Extending knowledge is learning more about it, and that's called basic research, which is a little bit misleading, but this is about learning more about marketing research, whereas applied research is solving specific problems, which is more about, you know, a product, you know, having an issue or concern and understanding it better. So they're the two. And they're usually published, those findings are published in journals about marketing research. I've listed 3 there. On the right-hand side of your Moodle site, I've actually given you a link to a few of those journals as well. You can access those and have a look at what's in them, but you can't actually read the articles unless, once you found the article you want, you actually go and search through it on the CQU library website, because we pay a subscription to these to be allowed to read them. You can't read them as a layperson, you have to go in through the university library system. Right, drawing breath. Okay. Now, a marketing information system. This is important. This is kind of a bit of a fundamental aspect of marketing generally. So a marketing information system is a structure consisting of people, equipment and procedures to gather, sort, analyse, evaluate and distribute needed, timely and accurate information to marketing decision makers. Yeah, this is a lot easier. So this is a picture of it. It's in your textbook. It's in page 40. So this gives you a little bit of an outline, and we'll come back to this when we're talking about the when we're doing the case study solutions as well for the tutorial. So essentially, I don't know if I go into it. Okay, yep, so the internal report system. So here I'll just go back. The developing information section within there is the bit. How are we getting this information? Where are we creating it from? Where we've got to assess the information needs, and we've also got to distribute information to the people who are making decisions. And to do this, we need to develop information through internal reports, which is stuff that we already have like monitoring and the point of sale and all those sort of things. Marketing intelligence, which is understanding sort of wider things that are going on, so looking at secondary information and statistics and so forth. Marketing decision support analysis, which is using computer models basically to do scenario planning. And then marketing research, which is what the focus of this subject is, of this unit is. Okay, there you go. So they're the 4 key components there that we're looking at pretty much in this subject, particularly the marketing research system. Now, marketing research projects, this is important because I think this is another online quiz question, which you may or may not get. Marketing research projects are not continuous, all right? The other ones, report systems, marketing intelligence systems, they go on all the time and people are continuously doing those things, but a marketing research project has a beginning and an end, and it's conducted for a specific situation facing the company. All right, so look, I'm not going to get us to do these questions because we're going to run out of time to get through everything. What I am going to do is stop the recording. So bye everybody, and come back for lecture 2.